You're sitting there. Something leaves your life. A person, money, status, a version of yourself. And suddenly it feels like something was ripped out of your chest, like you've been robbed. But here's the part nobody tells you. You weren't robbed. You got attached. Let me explain why. You think pain comes from loss. It doesn't. It comes from expectation. From the silent contract you made in your head. They'll stay. This will last. This is mine. That's the attachment. And attachment is where suffering is born. Imagine someone drops a cheap bowl in your kitchen. It shatters. You shrug. No big deal. Now imagine it's a family heirloom. Suddenly your chest tightens. Your voice changes. Your whole body reacts. Same event, different attachment. Here's the truth. It was never the bowl. It was the story, the meaning, the invisible thread you tied between your identity and that object. This isn't spirituality. This isn't philosophy. This is psychology. You don't suffer because things change. You suffer because you believed they wouldn't. Why does a breakup hurt? You were fine before they entered your life, then you had something extra. Then it stopped. You're still ahead, but you grieve like something was stolen. Why? Because you weren't attached to the person, you were attached to the future you imagined with them. You weren't mourning what you had, you were mourning what you expected. That's the problem of attachment. The tighter you grip, the deeper it cuts. And here's the darker layer. Sometimes you're attached to things that hurt you. Pain, resentment, old anger. You carry it like it's valuable, like it's proof of something. You defend it, you protect it, you rehearse it. That's not strength, that's attachment. And attachment always demands payment. Now, let's go deeper. Humans copy, constantly. You think you're original. You're not. You are a collection of models. You copy speech patterns, confidence levels, posture, ambition, even insecurity. When someone becomes skilled at something, they modeled someone. They watched, they absorbed, they mimicked. That's how mastery is built. A martial artist copies a master. A CEO copies another leader. A confident man once copied confidence. Copying isn't weakness, it's efficiency. But here's the danger. You don't just copy the strengths, you copy the blind spots. You copy the ego. You copy the fear. You copy the hidden flaws. And most people don't filter, they duplicate. This isn't random, it's psychology. Your brain saves energy by imitation. Why reinvent behavior when you can download it? Now let's talk about something more uncomfortable. Sheep mentality. Yes, you have it. So do I. Put 10 people in a room. If one stands up confidently and says, "Follow me," most will. Not because it's logical, because it's certain. Confidence feels like competence. In an emergency, people exit the way they entered, even if better exits are visible. Why? Familiarity feels safe. Movement creates social proof. If 3 people run left, the rest assume left is correct, even if left leads to fire. You think you're independent, but you are heavily influenced by belonging, approval, and fear of exclusion. Maslow wasn't wrong. Survival comes first. Right after that, belonging. You will conform to avoid isolation. You will please to avoid rejection. You will bend to avoid standing alone. Here's the truth. People-pleasing isn't weakness, it's wiring. Peer pressure isn't stupidity, it's tribal instinct. Conformity isn't foolish, it's survival programming. But once you see it, you can use it or refuse it. That's the difference between being moved and moving the board. Let me explain something powerful. You can get compliance not through force, but through psychology. If you confidently reference authority, people lean in. If you frame something as normal, people adopt it. If you give someone the chance to help you, they bond to you. Why? Because helping increases their self-worth. This isn't manipulation, it's literacy. Most people react emotionally to influence. Skilled people understand influence. There's a difference. Now, here's the uncomfortable part. Every room has a hierarchy, even if it's invisible. And if you understand attachment, imitation, and social proof, you can shift that hierarchy. Not through dominance, through positioning. You act certain. People assume certainty. You frame things as obvious. People treat them as obvious. You attach meaning to something. Others adopt that meaning. Humans are adaptive creatures. We adjust. We align. We look for cues. Most people are swinging blindly in life, reacting, gripping, copying without awareness, following without thinking. And then they say, "I don't know why this keeps happening." Let me tell you why. Because you are being pulled by forces you never examined. Attachment, imitation, belonging, approval, social proof. You aren't broken, you were programmed. But here's the shift that changes everything. Once you understand the programming, you can rewrite it. You can let go faster. You can choose who you copy. You can decide when to conform. You can use social proof instead of being used by it. Life isn't about being forceful, it's about being skilled. The skilled person doesn't panic when something leaves. They expected movement. The skilled person doesn't copy blindly. They model intentionally. The skilled person doesn't follow the crowd. They understand why the crowd moves, and sometimes they lead it. You don't need people to change, you need clarity. You don't need life to be fair, you need awareness. Don't wish people stopped influencing you, learn the mechanics. Don't wish attachment didn't hurt, loosen your grip. Don't wish the crowd was smarter, become more conscious. Because once you see the system, you stop being controlled by it. That's not therapy, that's not philosophy, that's psychology.